Excuse me. Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
What up, y'all? KMB, the Sexy Ninja, in the place to be for C Plus Studios, and this is the New World Podcast, brother. All right, it is fueled, it is powered. You will acknowledge crazyhoodiez.com, and you will check out Big Daddy for his Big Daddy Forever podcast. Much love, much respect. The almighty Big Daddy. Also, if you're subscribed to the C Plus Studios feed, you get the New World Podcast. You get Big Daddy Forever. You also get the Sexy Ninja Cast that drops every Sunday. And you also get the Social Vent Podcast. And if you want to rock with us on YouTube, rock with us on Twitch, you want to rock with us on Twitter, Instagram, and all that, you can come and check it out, okay? All right, let's just dive right on in. So, I was texting Penta last night, and I was like, the show fell really flat. And I'm talking about Monday Night Raw. And I was thinking, I was standing in this corner like this, scratching my imaginary goatee, and the handlebar mustache, things I can't grow because I just can't. Genetics, everything, just can't grow anything. So I'm just sitting there and I'm thinking, like, what was wrong with this show? And I was like, you're really putting a lot of thought. I was like, yeah. I go, then it dawned on me. I had a dream. Yeah, I dream about wrestling. What can I say? I woke up and I was like, oh, I would have taken what happened with Brock and Bobby and have this Riddle and Seth Rollins United States Championship match flip. Have Seth Rollins and Riddle open the show, and with Mustafa Ali and everything like that, still have the same thing, and have the same thing happen with Brock and Bobby, and have that in the show. You know, these two are fighting. We've never seen Brock laid out like that. That crowd is hot, chanting Bobby, Bobby, Bobby. Like, I feel, personally, that's the way the show should have ended. Nothing against Mustafa Ali. Nothing against him whatsoever. But it was just one of those things where I was like, oh, that's cool. Seth won. And now Seth's next opponent is Mustafa Ali, who wants the United States title. So I'm guessing that's going to happen at Crown Jewel. Crown Jewel. I'm calling it right now. That's going to happen there. But we did have Bobby versus Brock set up for Crown Jewel. So the card is slowly being made, you know, going into that show. And like I said, nothing wrong with Mustafa Ali. I really do like this dude, man. I think he's very talented. I think he could be a star. He's just been like there. So I'm wondering, just because we're gonna be in Crown Jewel, why he's put in that against Seth freaking Rollins. So, but I think overall we're gonna get a good match. I think those two are really gonna go head to head, and it's just gonna be a banger, like Sheamus would say. So that's my only beef, was like, it should have been flipped. That's it. That's all. We had the Bobby, then we had the OC versus Alpha Academy. The OC wins. Good to see the Good Brothers back. I just really wish that, I don't know, Dominic is missing something. Now that Ray's off in SmackDown, Dominic is just missing something. I don't know what it is. And someone's probably be like, personality. Well, you know, the acme on his face and everything like that can, you know. But Dominic, like I said, he's just missing something. Like, they're trying. I appreciate them trying. They're trying to make Dominic this threat and whatnot. He's not a threat in any shape or way. Especially when he talks on the mic. I think he needs to get a little bit of a deeper voice, because he's like, I'm a man. Yeah, that's what she tells me. You know. So we shall see. But OC won, then it set up the match between AJ and Dominic for later on. And AJ's like, I'm just going to whoop your ass, what your dad should have done, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Keep the show rolling. But we had Seth freaking Rollins promo, and my goodness, what this man is wearing is fantastic. This red suit with these zebra striped boots and the glasses and everything like that. I want to know where he goes. Where does him and Becky go for all these great outfits and shop for these great outfits, man? I need to get me a red suit like that with some zebra boots. That's what the KMB Sexy Ninja needs, is some zebra boots. then the New World podcast would go to a whole nother level. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But, of course, Mustafa Ali interrupts, ends up in the fight. Seth, I love Seth's work on the mic. He's like, I know you're a good father. You're a good this. You're punched out. Then Mustafa Ali tries to fight back. Nothing. So, this was a surprise for me of the show. We're used to surprises and people coming back and this and that. This one had my head scratching the entire time. Like, don't get me wrong. I love me some JBL. And then they showed his limo in the backstage. They're like, oh, JBL's here. You know, the horns on the limo and everything like that. And when he came out and we brought back Baron Corbin, no longer happy. I was like, and then calling it, what's in my notes here? The modern day wrestler, let's see right here, because we're going to have Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler. Then JBL jumped on commentary. What did he call him? They had the bum at, like, I'm looking, modern day wrestling god. Right there. I was like, Baron Corbin's the modern day wrestling god? Where are we going with this? Because I don't know. I don't know, folks. Because now that Baron Corbin, why can't we just have him be the lone wolf gimmick again? Like that was when I was a huge fan of Baron Corbin, and then they brought him King Corbin, and then Happy Corbin, and Sad Corbin, and I don't know Corbin, and I feel like the lone wolf gimmick should come back if you want to call him the modern day wrestling god, because man, he used to go bananas in that gimmick. But and then JBL. Great heel work on the mic, man, insulting Oklahoma like that. He's like, I just want to apologize. I'm sorry for doing this in Oklahoma. Oh, man, JBL not missing a beat, man. That made me pop. But, yeah. I skipped over a few things. So there was a backstage segment before this. It was the Judgment Day. And Cora Jade came, asked Rhea Ripley, because on NXT is Pick Your Poison match. So Rhea Ripley's going to go there. I'm guessing just because they got to amp up that card, because AEW is on tonight as well as NXT. So now they have to try to push NXT to go against AEW. So I believe we're going to see a very stacked, well card with NXT, also with some main roster people. So we shall see. But Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler. Dolph, another person. We need to do something with Dolph. Or, I don't know. He's just, in Baron Corbin won, and JBL came out. And the match was But the thread of the show that I really enjoyed was The Miz. And this whole thing with Dexter Lumis. There was a great, Miz hurt. He's like, oh, they got, Miz is hurt. I guess he slipped on some water and whatnot. Was it Johnny? No. It was Riddle and Mustafa Ali that finds Miz, and Miz is like, my knee. Is that meme from Family Guy? And he's like, oh, the janitor's messed up, blah, 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 and they're like, I think they're called, see, I'm trying to find my notes here. Custodial, because sanitation engineers. Because Miz is all blaming, he slipped on some, and then the best part about it is when they came back, and Brian Saxon goes up to him, he's like, so Miz, the people that work here, they're like, they saw you pour water on the floor, then you put the sign up, and you lay down. I mean, you sit down on the water, and they were kind of confused of what was going on, and Miz is like, oh, that's just lies. I'm going to sue this place for whatever it's worth. And Johnny Gargano goes, there's Dexter Lumis. And then Miz jumps up, of course, revealing that he's not really hurt. Great stuff, man. Great stuff. And Johnny goes, oh, sorry. But there's this thing that Johnny kept saying, you need to tell the truth. You need to tell the truth. If you let the truth free. And Miz is like, I don't know what you're talking about, but maybe Miz does. So what does that mean? Okay? What does that mean? Okay? Then we jump into AJ Styles versus Dominic. Dominic wins. I was like, whoa! With the roll-up. And AJ Styles was like, whoa! Of course with the assist of the Judgment Day. But Dominic got a win over AJ Styles. And at Crown Jewel, we have the Judgment Day versus the OC. So, this, like I said, the card is being made and stacked. And right here, like I said, and then I went back to Miz backstage. Johnny's like, gives him advice, like, just tell them the truth. Tell them the truth. Then finally, we got to Loomis versus Miz. Dexter Loomis versus Miz. And that did not happen because in the stipulation of the match was if Loomis wins, he gets a WWE contract. Well, I was just like, okay, well, he's already on WWE, so I'm guessing he already has a WWE contract, but we have to have a match for him to have a WWE contract. And guess what? The Miz was like, no, beat the man down with a chair, you son of a bitch, you know. And great heat for the Miz, you know. And there was a thing though. When he was hitting him with the chair, he was also hitting the ground, you know, with the bottom, with the top of the chair like this, and kind of brought that metal thing, the metal part out. And when he did the skull crushing finale, I was like, ah, no, don't do that, don't do that. Because I was more worried for the safety of Dexter because I don't think Miz realized that part was taken out. And I've had a wrestling match like that, where that thing stuck out, and at the end of the match, me and the person who looked at the chair were like, oh, that could have ended in such bad ways, a cut, something like that. Like, when he did the skull crushing finale, I was like, ah! You know, I got scared. I got scared. Brian Saxton interviews Damage Control. Bailey calls out Bianca, and this is going to be for next week. Then Johnny meets The Miz again for one last time and just tells him, tell the truth. Just tell the truth. And he pulls his whistle, and he's like, I got this whistle. I got a whistle. So now we're back to a mighty return as well, and that's Elias. Because what does WWE stand for? Walk with Elias. That crowd wasn't too hot for Elias. And the segment itself kind of really fell flat. Like Riddle came out, hit my bong, bro, you know, me and you got to play together, bro, you know. Then Elias was like, I just want to sing my song. It's my most important. I want to sing my song on the keys, man, on the keys. And he's just like, you know, Riddle and the Riddles of the bongos. Then he starts playing them, bada bing, bada boom. Here comes Seth. Okay. Like I said, flat. This is where everything started going flat for me. Watching great match with Riddle and Seth. They know each other very well, so you know you're going to get some entertainment value out of a match. Elias got stomped, you know, and he stomped. Did he stomp? Yeah, he did. In the corner, he stomped Elias. But before that, he super kicked Elias. And Elias tried to come in. Mustafa Ali comes in. And then that's it. Ali, you know, he's like, oh, I'm your problem, you know, because that's what he said to them during their back and forth earlier. And I was like, man, and it ended. And I was like, okay, well, I guess, you know, I give this Raw a 3 out of 5, just because of the fact that if they flipped those two things, put Brock and Bobby at the end and put Seth and Riddle on the other end, I think the show would have been more like, oh, shit, you know, holy shit, Bobby just took out Brock. Even though I understand you want to start the show off with these new Triple H fashions of, like, it's a surprise. It's like something crazy going to happen. You know, because Bobby was on the mic before the show even started, you know. So those are my two things. If they switched those things, I think the show would have been a lot better and higher scale. But who am I? I'm just a guy that sits in the corner and talks about professional wrestling with y'all every single week. Tell me what you thought. What was your thoughts on the show, huh? What was your highs, lows? What made you tickle? What made you laugh? What made you mad? What made you angry? What made you just feel unsatisfied? What didn't titillate the juices? Okay? Tell me. Comments below. All right? Comments below. And I just realized something. I am sorry, just because I was going through my notes. Bianca and Candice LeRae teamed up then to face Damage Control. Damage Control won. Bada bing, bada boom. It was a good tag team match, though. Good women's tag team match. That's it. That's all. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja, and this is the New World Podcast, brother. And it's for life.
Oh, my knee! Oh!
What the hell happened to you?
What do you mean? Can't you tell? I was looking over my shoulder to make sure that psycho stalker wasn't following me.